Good morning, students. Today we will study Protista. Protista includes all unicellular or single-celled eukaryotic organisms. So, unicellular eukaryotic organisms are included in Protista group. This Protista, but the boundary of the Protista is not well defined, because there are many organisms which contain the characters of both plants and animals. For example, Euglena is both autotrophic as well as heterotrophic. So some biologists include Euglena in plant kingdom, some includes in animal kingdom. But now in the 5 kingdom system of classification, Euglena is included in the group Protista. Likewise, the yeast is unicellular eukaryotic. It should be in the Protista, but some biologists keep yeast in the fungi kingdom. Likewise, Chlamydomonas also, this is the unicellular eukaryotic, but some biologists include this Chlamydomonas in the plant kingdom also, along with the algae group. So the boundary of this kingdom is not well defined. So, but overall, this Protista includes the unicellular eukaryotic organisms. This includes in this group the different organisms which are included in these groups are the Protistan algae like chrysophytes, dinoflagellates and euglenoids, Protistan fungi like slime molds, and the Protistan protozoans. So these are the 3 main groups which are included in the Protista kingdom. What are the 3 groups? That is the Protistan algae, they shows photosynthesis, and Protistan algae are chrysophytes, dinoflagellates and euglenoids. Likewise, this Protista includes the Protistan fungi, that is the slime molds, and the Protistan protozoans. So, we study about the cell structure also. So the Protistan cell in Monera, we studied that the Monera, includes in the Monera there is no well defined nucleus, but in the Protista the organisms which are included in the Protista, they are eukaryotic, means they have the well defined nucleus. Likewise, in Monera there is no membrane bounded cell organelles, but in the Protista the organisms which are included in the Protista, because they are eukaryotes, so they have membrane bounded cell organelles present like mitochondria, Golgi body, endoplasmic reticulum, etc. So this is the structure of cell in the Protista. Now we talk about the chrysophytes. Chrysophytes includes the golden algae, diatoms, desmids. This group includes the golden brown algae also, we say, golden algae. In the chrysophytes, the diatoms, the cell wall of diatom consists of 2 cells, and these 2 cells can fit like a soap box, and the cell wall contains silica, and due to the presence of silica in the cell wall of diatoms, it forms the diatomaceous earth. Due to the deposition of the cell wall of the diatoms, it forms the diatomaceous earth. Diatoms, desmids, these are the organisms included in the chrysophytes. Some chrysophytes lives in the marine water, some also found in the fresh water also. Now the dinoflagellates are mostly marine organisms, and they contain 2 flagella. One flagella found longitudinally and another one is the transversely in the groove in the cell wall. And the cell wall of dinoflagellates also consists of the cellulose plates, different plates found on the cell wall that made of cellulose. And dinoflagellates are found in the different color also. They are photosynthetic. Chrysophytes are also photosynthetic. And now the third group is the euglenoids, and euglenoids contain euglena, and they shows both autotrophic and heterotrophic nutrition. Euglena contain two flagella, also one is larger, another one is the smaller flagella, and in presence of light they shows photosynthesis, but in the absence of light they behave as the heterotrophs. So these are the three groups. They are also called the protistan algae because they shows photosynthesis and they are included in the protista. Now we will talk about the protistan fungi. Protistan fungi includes the slime molds. They are heterotrophs. They are saprophytic like the fungi, but the slime molds shows both characters of animal also, characters of plants also, characters of fungi also. They are saprophytic. This is the character of fungi, no doubt, but they shows the animal character also. For example, the slime molds have two phases in their life. One is the vegetative phase. In vegetative phase it is called the plasmodium phase, and in this phase they shows amoeboid movement, animal like movement, amoeboid movement, like the amoeba moves by the pseudopodia. Likewise they also move and shows the amoeboid movement. Likewise they also engulf the organic food particles, and digestion occurs inside the body in the food vacuole. So this is also the animal like character. So these slime molds can absorb digested food also from the dead decaying material, and they can also engulf the solid food material, and digestion occurs inside. So this digestion occurs inside, and the amoeboid movement, this is the animal like character, but they can also absorb the digested food material from dead decaying surface. So this is the saprophytic. This is the character of fungi also. So in vegetative phase or in the plasmodium phase, this is called plasmodium phase, they shows the characteristics of animal. Likewise in unfavorable condition they forms spores, and the spores has the cell wall made of cellulose. So this is the character of plants. So in plasmodium phase there is no cell wall, but in the unfavorable condition they produce the spores, and spores contain the cell wall. This is the plant character. So in the reproductive phase they shows the character of plants, while in the vegetative phase they shows the character of animals also. Now the third groups that included in the protista are the protozoans. Protozoans. They are also heterotrophs, and some protozoans are holozoic, means they take solid food material and digestion occurs inside the body. Likewise some are parasitic also. Some are parasitic that live inside the body of other organisms and take their food. So these protozoans are heterotrophs, but some are parasitic, some are holozoic nutrition, complete animal like nutrition. In this group, the protozoans, in some protozoans there is the flagella found for the locomotion, in some cilia found for the locomotion, some move by the pseudopodia. So there are the four groups in the protozoans which are included in the protista kingdom. That is the amoeboid protozoans that move by the pseudopodia like amoeba, ant amoeba. Likewise flagellates protozoans, flagellata having flagella found for the locomotion, such as trypanosoma that causes sleeping sickness, Leishmania donovani that causes the kala-jar, giardia that causes giardiasis. So these are the flagellate protozoans. Likewise ciliata means the organisms which possess cilia for the locomotion like Paramecium, Balantidium. So these are the ciliates. and the ciliates are most advanced protozoans, most developed protozoans, and they show nuclear dimorphism. There are the two types of nucleus. One is the macronucleus that control the vegetative functions of the body. One is the micronucleus that control the reproductive functions of the body. So paramecium contain two contractile vacuoles for osmoregulation. We know that the freshwater protozoans has contractile vacuole for osmoregulation. Now the fourth group is the sporozoa. So all sporozoans are endoparasite and they have no locomotory organelles, and they are endoparasite. They causes disease like plasmodium that causes the malaria disease. So these are the different groups that found in the Protista kingdom. Thank you.